Today is like the first official day with this project. So on Friday we started drawing hands, but we are working off of those really small pictures. So this week we are starting this hand sign language project, and we're working off of these images. Now, if you are a virtual learner, you will have these sent. They're on the Schoology page in a PDF format. So if you have a printer, you can print them out. Otherwise, you got to scroll through to find your letter and then draw it from your Chromebook. Either way, you are doing, I know on Friday, I wasn't sure if we were doing our first name or last name. Because I don't want to spend a whole month on this project, we're going to be doing our initials. So you're looking at first letter of your first name, first letter of your last name, and then first letter of your middle name. So first, middle, and last. All right. So for me, it would be MRL, Matthew Robert Lonzak. So now you guys all know. All right. So MRL. Now for practice, you could put them all on a regular sheet of paper. This one's like a printer size sheet for practice. What we are going to be doing for the actual project when we like start drawing these for real and it's not practice is we'll be folding a sheet of paper like this in half. Okay. And what they need to be is almost life size. All right. So we talked about the circle, and I do want to spend another day on the circle before I show you another technique tomorrow. And so every one of these has a circle on it. It might be hard for you to see that, but every one of them has a circle. I'll make this one a little bit more visible. Okay. And again, that circle means that's how big that area is going to be. Okay. So if I make that circle small, well, then your whole hand's going to be small. So one way of doing it is these are the right size if you have it printed out. So you can draw one that's a similar size. Now I'm going to do that in pen because we are not able to see that on Friday in class. So I'm going to use blue. Okay, and you want to draw this when you draw it with pencil, you want to draw it super, super, super light. Okay. Now, for the rest of that, I am going to look at this picture and I'm going to look at how far things are outside of that circle. And if we look, we notice that this thumb really comes out and it's probably going to go to about here. Okay. And then we look at the fingers. So this is a real hand picture. I thought this would be better than those fake ones. And then it has the black lines are what I want you to draw. And again, the ones that you have for those of you that are virtual are in color. It's a lot easier to see. So either way, you're using the circle to help you make everything the right size. You can add whatever you want to the picture. So with this one, I can add that bullseye as long as it's in the middle. Okay, and again, I would add it with pencil and I would do it really light. This will help you guys see how I would start this. Okay. Let me get a different pen. So for the fingers, on this picture, we notice that the middle or the ring finger, this is the middle finger, the ring finger comes down way below that center to about here. And we want to look at how big this is. We're basically drawing it the same size. So you can make it almost the same size that we see on here. Then that pinky finger is kind of tucked in, but we have that there. Middle finger comes to about here. And then almost at that line is our pointer finger. So we're going to draw that one there. Okay. So before we can draw anything else, we got to kind of know where that thumb is and where that knuckle is. Right? Because we can't draw the thumb if we don't know how far out. All right, now we're going to start to shape that thumb. And what you guys need to understand is that all of our fingers have bones in them. So there is a bone here, there is a bone here, and then there's another bone here. Okay? Bone here, bone here. Bone, bone. With these ones, it's a lot straighter. Except for that pinky. Okay? So if you draw these with your pencil, it's going to help you kind of remember, oh, okay, this comes down here, but then it turns and slants a little bit. So I can't make this whole thing curved. It needs to have a straight line and come down. So I'll show you that when we get to that point. Okay. Then we have this thumb, which comes out to about there. Now it comes straight down. And then here it curves in, and now we have the chunky part of our hand. Okay, another chunky part. And so now I'm going to go back up to these knuckles. And so this comes down this way and then curves in. So straight down, and then it slants in. Okay. This one comes down and then slants the other way. This one goes barely above the top of the circle. And this one's a lot straighter. And then this one, the knuckle comes out, comes over, and then we're connecting it with the round. Do not use the circle. You can see how the circle, I had to cut in because that's how it is on this picture. All right, and then I would erase the circle. It's only there to help you size. It's not there to become part of your hand. Okay, and then we need to draw these folds. And then our fingernails. I like to draw the tops first. Right, then I draw the sides. After I draw the sides, then I curve up. Okay. And then remember, your wrist is about as wide as your 4 fingers. Okay. So that would give us about here and here. And then I curve it around. Okay. Then you can look at it because it's practice, and we can say, oh, maybe I should have brought this finger up a little bit higher, or maybe I should have made this thumb a little bit smaller. Okay. Maybe I have some things going wrong with the twists and turns of my fingers. And then you can go from there. This is what I saw a lot on Friday. You guys drew a circle. And then we drew all these little fingers. And then skinny wrists. All right. And then you did lines like this for nails. Okay. Now, if yours looks like that, I want you to look at this picture and I want you to say, is there space between all of my fingers? On here, answer is no. Okay, so then you got to start drawing them closer. What's the highest one? Well, it's this one. On here, look at how far down it is. Okay. Look at the width of your wrist. We're using the circle. Should we use the circle? Do I have any of the other parts down here, like the chunky, meaty part of our thumb? Okay, really look at it. And then maybe we need to keep going, or really listen tomorrow when I show you a different way of drawing it where you don't use a circle. Okay, so best of luck. I did an A basically because it was right here and I didn't have to flip through, but I really should be focusing on my initials. So my first letter of my first name, first letter of my middle name, first letter of my last name. Those are what we're going to be doing for this project. Okay, so good luck. Hopefully you watch this all the way to the end, and hopefully you're getting some practice. Again, all of this is just practice. Thursday we will actually start on nice paper, so use this practice and just be working on some scrap paper. Good luck.